Alrighty, alrighty. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday once again. Oh, I'll say that every week, but that's because every Friday for me is a happy Friday. Means we've made it. Huzzah! And I do love saying a good huzzah. So let's see here. Just making sure everything's copacetti. Ah, good. I can hear myself, which is always a freaky, freaky feeling. So, very odd to hear my own voice. And let's see here. I'm just getting myself situated. So, welcome. I hope you're all doing well on this pre-Halloween Eve. All Hallows Eve? Be even funnier if I knew someone named Eve. Oh, hello, GoJuly91. Actually, I should offer hellos to many people in the chat. Hello, Komodo Steel. Hello, Trinary. My friend Sweetie Bloom is back. Everyone, if you could please offer congratulations to Sweetie. She had her first week in a new position, where I understand that she is learning a whole lot and enjoying it. So, yes, that is welcome news, especially in the 2020. And let's see here. So, who else have I seen? I see Phoenix Fire. Let's see here. Chart, is Champ to stay here just yet? Not yet. And Preston Cox. Now, over on the Twitch. Oh, I see Helsing Ghost One and Jeeves 301986. Oh my goodness. And Ryani Dragonwolf, who followed just last week. Much appreciated. So I hope this finds you all doing well. Oh, but man, I have to confess to you all, I'm coming to you the walking wounded. This has been a very tiring week, and with no shortage of challenge. So I'm hoping getting to work on a video will lighten my spirits a little. And, well, this is what I promised my Patreon supporters. I would do an archetype study of the Fool as it relates to the Pinkie Pie. And as you can see right now, I'm just pointing to avoid. There's little Pinkie down there with the cupcakes flying. But right now I need to add more. I need video. So I'm hesitating. I don't want to give too much away of the actual video. Folks, okay, I will say I will start with a question from my friend, Voice of Reason, from the title card that I have up. No, not title card, but from the screenshot I posted on my social media and YouTube channel. What sees dead Mantine? What did he ever do to you? He knows what he did. Or he did. I don't know if he has his thought processes anymore. But either way, in those moments, it knew. Oh, it knew. So, anywho, let's see here. So, zooming in. Oh, yes, right off the bat.
The universal presence that resides in every individual is called the collective unconscious. The characters we see in both...
Oh, now this is where I get a little... I don't like that little breath, that little inhale. I've actually had songs ruined for me because I could only focus on the singer doing that deep inhale before they burst into a lyric. And I get why. They've got to belt out something fierce, but... what's that song? I Will Love Again. I really loved it when I first heard it, but then one day listening to it, all I could hear was, I will love again. I thought, oh Lord, she's hyperventilating. Someone get her a paper bag. I know, sweetie, how dare I let people breathe, but I just feel like, you need to breathe, but you don't have to do it right in my ear. In fact, that sounds just a little creepy if you ask me. There we are. So, here we go. We'll just start with some back-breaking work. Because I like this comparison. Whoa, I don't like covering my own audio. There we go. You have Hercules, slayer of the Nemean lion. A legend, great feats. Everything he does it seems to be the stuff of legend. And then
the characters we see in both classic mythology and modern day fiction are all expressions of this unconsciousness.
Speaking of unconsciousness, I think that's what Nappa suffered. Or rather, he wished that was what he was suffering. Because as bad as I might have felt for Nappa, I remember when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, like the very first time. I wanted Nappa to lose so bad. I was getting invested as he just kept wailing on all the characters. I really wanted to see him lose. And that's a testament to how Dragon Ball really evoked an emotional response. Oh, sweetie, I do believe you're telling me more about yourself than you might want to let on. Ah, and Champ to Stay is here. And so, yes, it's time to. As I noted on social media, it's hard to keep up with the chat while I'm editing. So I thought it'd be smart to get some questions lined up. So I'm going to be reading off a handy dandy sheet. Starting with Trinary's question: how did I get into Carl Jung and his theories? Well, I was talking with a very good friend, a very close friend, and told him about just how much I was enjoying doing these reviews and how I really am able to express myself by relating to characters and their stories. It's sometimes easier to do that than talking aloud about my own feelings. And he pointed me, he said, "Oh, Kavanik, thank you for following." But my friend Patrick, he said, you should look into this guy, Carl Jung, starts with a J. I think you'd really get into his archetypes. And boy, did I. I just kept on reading up on it, and it just made so much sense that I got so into these characters, and it spoke on a personal level. Because an archetype is more than just a stock character to me. It is an expression of well, a basic human idea. And that's why we often really love characters, some more than others, because those characters tap into that very human element.
They were reflections upon people's patterns of behavior and symbols which affected us on a subconscious level.
And patterns that affect us on a subconscious level. All right, who? Ah, yes. For talking about us on the... Whoa, that looked weird. Oh, did this not code well? $967. What the heck? I'm sorry, but I've got... Oh, man. Was trying to get a clip from Return of the Jedi, but it's got... I think my conversion software did me a betrayal. Ugh. 976 frames per second? Oh, okay, that makes way more sense. 24 frames per second. But still, it looks like the coder really dropped the ball on this one. I'm going to have to come back to this after I do a re-encoding. How frustrating.
The archetype that Pinkie Pie represents goes by several titles. The comedian.
All right, so basically I'll just copy and paste these elements, and boom, picture in picture. Let's see here. Another question. Oh, Benjamin Crawshaw asking if that picture of Warlord Silver-Quill, where is it? From the start, where he gets some confetti in his face. Give the computer a moment. There we go. Is this a reference to the Ironhearts fanfic? It is not, because I don't know what that fanfic is. It is a Warhammer reference, and I'm assuming Ironhearts is a Warhammer story. But I have not yet read it. Okay, there we go. Oh. Now I have... And let's see here. Oh, well, since Champ to Stay is here, if they did decide to give Rarity some casual yet elegant clothes, would it just be one outfit or multiple in rotation like Blythe from Littlest Pet Shop? Haven't seen Littlest Pet Shop, but I am willing to bet that it would be a rotating wardrobe. Rarity does not strike me as someone who would be satisfied wearing the same outfit 3 days in a row. Now me, I can go for several days with like the same jeans and t-shirt if I can get away with it. I mean, laundry must be honored at some point.
Yeah, that's why I went with the full title.
Okay, does this mean that everything I got... I mean, this looks okay. Yeah, that worked okay. Judge Dredd, you working with me? Okay, you're working with me. Oh, Trinary, you were going to spoil me rotten, but thank you. Appreciate the donation. Let's see here. All right, so not everything has been undone. That's good to know. 24 frames per second, we can work with it. Somehow, Star Wars, as usual, is just fighting me. All right, let's see here. Oh, ain't that a face? Wow. I'm just having the worst luck with conversions. Good thing I'm not relying on the audio for this one. That is messed up. Let's see here. Now, actually, seeing Joker here, Batman the Animated Series, is actually an important thing because there was the question, where was it? Ah, from Battlecross. Would you consider the 80s to be the epoch of animation for Americans, or would you go on to say the 90s or the 21st century are? Here's the thing. Looking at Joker here, as that is part of this. I suppose I should give some context. I've turned down the audio on the editing because if I'm talking and it's playing, I want you to be able to hear me because I'm an egomaniac like that. But also, I don't want... I figure it's just better not to bombard your ears. But give this a quick listen.
The comedian, the jester, the fool, and the Joker. Yeah, that's why I went with the fool title.
Yep, the Joker has kind of taken control of that title. But if you ask, I think it's a mistake to label one decade as the height. Because every decade, every era has had these standout triumphs. All right, the 80s created very lasting cartoons. They were sort of the forerunners of a lot of stuff that we enjoy now. I don't think you'd be able to celebrate Steven Universe, Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball. I don't think you'd even have gotten to see Avatar. Yes, we'll get there. But without, like, the Transformers and Thundercats, He-Man, Silverhawks, G.I. Joe, without them paving the way, is the foundation. And then you got the 90s, which gave us Batman the Animated Series and Animaniacs and Tiny Toons, which are all getting rebooted now in the 2020 and 2021. Okay. Everything builds. It's not a simple segmentation. I think that's one of the mistakes we make with history, in fact. We're so eager to just divide things into eras and assume there was this hard cutoff. But really, everything rolls forward. And that's true of cartoons as well.
Batman and the Joker's supreme awesomeness has unintentionally shifted the ideas quite a bit.
All right, so how about a battle between Batman and the Joker? Oh, there you go. Supreme awesomeness as they fight in the midst of a mock city. Come on, play for me. Oh yeah, get a little tooth loss in there while we're at it.
Batman and the Joker's supreme awesomeness has unintentionally shifted the ideas quite a bit. Though it is worth noting that young...
There we go. So supreme awesomeness, kaiju battle. How can I say no?
Though it is worth noting that Jungian psychologists have taken an interest in Joaquin Phoenix's presentation of the Joker, something that's worth some extra reading.
All right, now I have not actually seen the full Joker movie. I'm just going to skim through. Oh, I don't like showing off smoking. I will show a guy getting kicked in the face so he loses a tooth, but smoking? Oh no. Yes, I understand that sometimes it's a weird sliding scale. Oh, here we go. This might be interesting. Yes. Alrighty. Oh, let's see here. Gabriel Zellers asked, "What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? African or European?" Ha! You've been outquoted. What is your favorite part of producing a video? Is it writing the script, having fun with sound edits, or the like? I think writing is my first and foremost, and this is why I undo myself very often. Uh, I dream big, and then suddenly, oh god, I've got to deliver on what I just did, and that's why it takes me a long time to get stuff done. I've been talking with friends about that lately. But let's see here. So the writing's first and foremost. Then in the editing, like the later stages when it's all coming together, then it really starts to feel like I'm creating something, like it's really building, and it means a lot. Let's see here. Let's see. Again to the climax. Where's the scene where he's dancing? Oh, wait, hello. Oh, yes, this looks trippy. My stuff, sweetie, I appreciate the compliment, but well, you know what? This leads into another question that someone asked. No, Gabe Donlin. Do you think it's possible to start a YouTube channel like yours, more creative and less content farm? First off, I appreciate that. That's a great compliment. I enjoy that I'm viewed as creative more than just a content spewer. But here's the thing: nothing is stopping you from starting a YouTube channel to just put forth your creativity. In fact, I highly encourage that. Do it, please do, because right now, especially, we need to commit to creativity. Ugh. We need to celebrate that creative spark within us. But I also have to acknowledge that YouTube is designed to support the content producers. I was talking with my friend Firebrand, and he said that basically to get noticed by the algorithm, you have to produce something every other day. Think about that. Every other day? My goodness, no. I'm considering how I could increase my production without sacrificing what I enjoy about it.
However, while Phoenix's Joker is a tragic representation of society's failings, Pinkie is a more affirming presentation.
So there we go. You know, I'm still a little cheesed that Return of the Jedi ain't working with me. So my stuff may be quality, but if YouTube is shuffling it off because it takes me so long to get stuff out there, I've got to figure out a way to compromise, to maybe have less intricate skits while still finding ways to express my humor and thoughts. It's all a balancing act. So I don't want to discourage anyone from express yourself, being creative. It's what YouTube was originally meant for. Nowadays, I worry for what it's becoming. But at the same time, also recognize that there's a system in place, and sometimes you got to find. Part of creativity is finding ways to work within limitations. I'd argue that some of the best innovations come from dealing with restrictions.
Our culture has played comedic sidekicks to the point where they're more of a background noise than anything else.
Comedic sidekicks that are background noise. This is why I went with Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Oh no, sorry, Revenge of the Fallen. All right, where's that scene where they throw Skids and Mudflap out? I hated those guys. Oh wait, that's Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Revenge of the Fallen. Where are you, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? Thought I had that. Nope. Pardon me one sec. I must seek. Well, sure I had that. Ah, here you are. Alrighty. Nope, that's the exact same file. Well done. Darn screen names. There we go. Yes, blah, 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 blah. You know, it was amazing how quickly this thing lost me. Yes, hello, Bumblebee. You are all right. Now let's have them just get thrown out. I much prefer seeing these guys get thrown out on their faces. It's amazing how okay, you talk about an archetype and seeing that human element. Did you see any human element to Skids and Mudflap? Yeah, there we go. That's all I want to see. Them just getting thrown out like they should have been thrown out of the franchise.
Our culture has played comedic sidekicks to the point where they're more of a background noise than anything else.
There we go. Sorry, I'm just bitter. Oh, now, Evangelion 007. What would happen if Michael Bay decided to direct an MLP movie? Okay, think of every raunchy joke that people have made about a children's cartoon. He would go there. And he would just take away the characteristics and love that makes this show so appealing. Bay is great on spectacle and making trailers. He has no connection with human expression, though. Oh, sorry, I get really mad. Let's see here. Let's see. So, oh, now, I don't know if Norma is here in the chat just now, but Norma Ruiz Gallardo. I keep wanting to add an extra R. Gallardo. Is her channel has just reached 400 subscribers, so congratulations. And I appreciate that you once again provided a phonetic pronunciation for your name, because I'm really bad at this. Oh, and thank you to Snowy Motorcycle for following. But Norma and Aisling Fiona, how will you be celebrating Halloween? I wish I were, but I really just plan to try and take it easy and keep working tomorrow night.
Well, ponies like Rarity, Applejack.
Okay, ponies like Rarity. So let's go. Now we get into the My Little Pony. Actually, wait. Oh, I'm remembering Michael Bay did feature a gun turning into Rainbow Dash in a very bad CG moment. And that's really him in a nutshell. He just throw the merchandise in and expect people to laugh. But all I can focus on is the guy is holding the gun, but not really. Let's see here. Sweet and Elite is a good example of Rarity. Nope. Back. So, let's see. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But me at Halloween. Guys, I have a bag of candy that my family gave me. I will leave it outside for any who want to come by. But here's the thing. Even on a good year, I don't get trick-or-treaters where I live. I'm in a condo unit in the back of a complex. There are full-fledged houses across the street. Much better trick-or-treat. I have heard of people who are doing reverse trick-or-treating. They will, drive around and give out candy. Maybe leave it at, a drop-off bucket. And so, with, social distancing. Honestly, that strikes me as a pretty smart idea. Let's see here. Applejack. So for Applejack, she worked great with the Kierans. Yes. Let's go with the sounds of silence. Yeah, dirty. Actually, I only just watched. I was listening to that a lot this week. Hmm. Come on, that was season 9. Work with me, computer. Keep making me look bad. There you are. Oh, it was season 8. That's why. I'm getting all mixed up. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh yes. This is perfect. There. Okay. Here's another thing I like about editing. When you get that shot and you're like, yes, this is perfect. Simon and Garfunkel did a great job, but I've actually really enjoyed Disturbed and their cover of it.
Fluttershy might only show their best against a specific cast.
Okay, now Fluttershy, I knew this one right before. Let's see here. Princess Twilight Part 2. Yep, watching Fluttershy put Discord in check.
Fluttershy might only show their best against a specific cast. Pinkie acts so present that she can play off any individual.
Let's see here. Where's a good episode where Pinkie plays off someone? Prince Rutherford? Well, that's a specific cast. That's sort of unique to Pinkie. Oh, I know. Oh, but what's the Spice Up Your Life? Thank you. Let's see here. There we go. Also, hi, Comet Tail.
Pinkie acts so.
Oop. Now, this is one of the frustrations. The dreaded flash frame. It's like one frame of a video. It's so fast, no one can really register, but everyone's like, wait, what was that? It's like you see it, but you don't, and it creates a dissonance, and I do not like that. So we're just going to add a little bit of a frame hold. There we go.
Pinkie acts so present.
Okay, J. Harmon, try throwing candy from 6 feet away, getting kids to catch. I'm worried I'd beam a kid in the eye or something. Although I did put forth the idea of like a t-shirt gun with a candy capsule within. So, again, I have a very sliding scale of goals.
In fact, the more lost the character seems, the better Pinkie can shine.
Let's see, for that one, let's go with cheese sandwich. Oh, that's terrifying. Sorry, Preston. I have not seen Monster High. I don't know anything about its characters. Let's see here. Trinary question. What do you value more in a story? The plot or the characters? Let's see here. I would say that characters are more important. My Little Pony is a great example. Like here, Cheese Sandwich and Pinkie. Is this the best of Pinkie Shining? I don't know. Even though I know the story, more or less, when I see the central conflict, when I know how things are going to go, it's all okay because I really enjoy watching the process. So I'd argue if your characters are solid and likable, even if you're treading some familiar ground, people will stick with you and enjoy it. Meanwhile, you can have a lot of great plot twists, but if the characters are just Dullsville, you really lose the audience. Okay. Now, I think seeing a character lost is the goal here. Wow. In the light of the season finale, this picture takes on a whole new shipping level. At least the left half of it does. Let's see here. Oh, this also... Trinary also asked the kind of person you relate to, or the which do you prefer? The kind of character that you can relate to, or the ones that are larger than life that inspire you to think, act, be different. I don't know if it's mutually exclusive. A character that I really relate to, like Fluttershy, can inspire alternate action or alternate interpretation. But really, here's the funny thing. One of my favorite characters in fiction was Alan Shore of Boston Legal. I would not try to emulate him on a good day, but he was this larger than life personality, so bombastic and just does not care about what other people think. And yet at the same time expresses a vulnerability and awareness of the downsides of this reputation. He's underhanded in his court tactics. It was a legal drama, but he had virtuous goals. So it was like the schemer who wants to save the orphanage, going with very, very over the top example. But I could see him doing that. And I really enjoyed that character, but I didn't try to emulate him because, well, again, you see the downside of that personality.
Which leads us to a very surprising fact about the Fool. It is one of the most spiritually awakened archetypes witnessed.
Fool is a very spiritually awakened archetype. Now, where is Pinkie? Oh, I wonder, best gift ever when she... Nope, nope, nope. Wow, those eyes are huge. Dang. Looking okay. If I say that Pinkie is somehow spiritually awakened, I need a wowzer moment. Let's see here. Gosh, where was that episode where Gummy gives Pinkie an idea? And she just sort of like, Gummy, you're a genius. In the meantime, while I'm pondering this question, the miner's asking, how do you record your voice and what apps programs do you use? I've bought into the Adobe Creative Suite, so I use Adobe Audition to record my audio and clean it up. And then I'm editing in Premiere with graphics in Photoshop. Thank you, Trinary. Party pooped. I have that one on standby. So before I got into Adobe Audition, I relied on Audacity. And before that, GarageBand. Yeah, doesn't that site just scream spiritually awakened? Oh, Preston, I would not steal Frollo's hat because it would not fit my head. I know from bitter experience. Very few hats will fit the swell of my noggin and its ego. Alrighty. Let's see here. Another question. Sunmaster, are there points from previous reviews and analyses that you have changed your view on, and how much have those views changed? Well, okay, I admit that I'm something of a stubborn son of a gun. I find that once I've put a lot of time and thought into my view, it's really hard to change it or let it go. I will say, looking back on Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep, my view on it has softened, but not in the way that a lot of people view it. I view Luna's creation of the Tantabus and her struggle as a more general, not forgiving oneself for past mistakes. I know a lot of people interpret it as a much more individualized and more damaging stigma. But I don't think the episode explored that in depth enough to really take that impression. I think for me, it is more forgiving yourself for a past mistake. But I also view it in Jungian terms as integrating the shadow, becoming aware of the unconscious self-sabotage you are committing against yourself, dragging it into the consciousness and integrating it into yourself. Luna doesn't banish the Tantabus, she merges with it. She accepts it into herself. It's a part of her, and she's done trying to resist or control it, because that can sabotage you on an unconscious level. Act in the moment, embracing whatever's around them. Wow, Pinkie does that all the time. I think let's go with... No, I want the one where she's... Yes. I find it weird that Twilight chose Pinkie as a stealth partner. Sorry, Trinary, I don't think I featured Rainbow Dash in this montage. Yeah, there we go. Acting in the moment. She's just rolling with this. Doesn't even have to worry. It ain't nothing.
The fool is able to act in the moment, embracing whatever is around them. The paradoxes and conflicts of the world don't affect them.
Paradoxes and conflicts. Now let's see here. Oh, yes. The conflicts of the world is when here we go. Where Pinkie just gets picked up at random.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Hi. Okay, if someone just lifted you off your feet, would you start with hi? Oh, excellent. Let's see here. Questions. Oh, Seth Moss. What do you think about the villains in Gokaiger? The Zangyak Empire, the main bad guys, and Bosco, a rival pirate seeking a similar treasure. I was more a fan of Bosco because he was much more personalized enemy. He was a much more personalized enemy to the Red Ranger than this not faceless empire, but basically an empire of grunts and monsters. A guy who looks human strikes you on a more personal level. In fact, if I could critique Sentai, they've tried way too hard to make elaborate villains. I feel like going back to human-looking enemies is actually a strength. As the current Sentai series, Kira Major is doing. But I enjoyed Bosco for his eccentricities and how flippant he was. Sometimes it's the villain who just delights in being villainous that can just be fun to watch.
Because of this, the fool often serves a purpose that one can easily overlook. It helps state the obvious.
A fool helps state the obvious. Well, let's see here. Ugh, I'm really tempted to go with the Equestria Girls, but I feel that was different. That was Pinkie being used to abridge the story, not help change perspective on it. Gojulai91 asking, do you like Super Sentai more than Power Rangers? I do, because it's a very different style of story, and because it's honestly the origin of this footage, it seems to tie together better. Believe me, if you ever do a comparison between like Mighty Morphin and Jew Ranger, such a very different, very different approach to the story. All right, Preston, let's not go into another Frollo question spree. I've said all I can about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, it's Drinking Buddy. Good to see you again. This question is both myself and Sweetie Bloom. Which Disney live-action remake did you enjoy the most? Well, I haven't seen that many, to be honest. Okay, I saw The Lion King, and I did really enjoy that Lion Sleeps Tonight musical scene because it was something new. It was good. It was catchy. It was a song without a lot of heavy breathing. So I will say I would go with The Lion King, if only because I saw it with another friend, and it was just what she needed. Every critique of The Lion King and other Disney movies is valid, but I want to throw this out there. If it helps someone in a tough time or it gives them something to lighten up, it is not without worth. That worth may be based on an external third factor, but anyone who tries to say, no, you can't enjoy this because this, it's not that I disagree with this, and this, but there's another element, and sometimes that's just as important. It's just the truth. Let's see here. Oh, And Drinky Buddy is listening while he works. Listen while you work. And I can't whistle. Okay, so summarizing. Pinkie is summarizing. Lordy, what's a good example of Pinkie Pie just sort of summarizing for everybody or helping them understand? It's about time. Let's see here. That does seem to be one where Pinkie's unique perspective really works. The first one. Well, here's the thing. With the thing, why I don't want to use Equestria Girls, the darn thing, how do I put it? They're using Pinkie to sort of get around the conflict. She's not changing their perspective. She's just abridging things. And I find that's a cheat. Yeah, this looks fun. Here we go. Pinkie going boingy boingy. Raise this barn, raise this barn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so close. I would have loved if the hopping went all the way. Is this something... Can I cheat? Can I loop this? This is the question I sometimes ask when I'm editing. The Nightmare Night... Oh, White Nova, I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Let's see here. Eclipsed. There is that scene where Pinkie just flat out says... I do love that scene. Pinkie, you're a genius. No, I'm not. I'm a chicken.
Because of this, the Fool often serves a purpose that one can easily overlook. They help...
So, White Nova, thank you. That was an excellent idea.
The Fool often serves a purpose that one can easily overlook. They help state the obvious.
Why in Equestria would you want to avoid such a gorgeous castle? Big, tall ceilings that make you feel tiny.
Yes, this is what I mean with stating the obvious. Preston, my same answer as before. I can't kiss these characters because my OC has a beak, no lips. Let's see here. Graveyard Shift asking if I've read Animorphs, and sadly I have not. I know it was a big thing. I remember seeing promotions for the covers, but I was at that age where you're trying to act grown up. And it's funny, the older you get, the less you try to act grown up. It's why one of my favorite quotes from C.S. Lewis. When I became a man, I put away childish things, including the need to act like an adult and feel very grown up. Let's see here. Just looking through some questions. Dark Raven. I'm going to assume you and the rest of the pony community on YouTube will all be covering Pony Life on its November 7th premiere. Am I right to assume this, or in error? Well, I'd like to do some more videos on Pony Life. Now, I've actually seen the early releases on Treehouse. But truthfully, my efforts will probably be directed towards, one, keeping going on Season 9 reviews and get those back, and Pinkie Pie Says Goodnights. So I'll try to keep up, but honestly, I think Pony Life is so short and punchy that you really have to cover it in blocks rather than individual episodes.
Consider for a moment that in that scene, Twilight was having trouble expressing her thoughts with friends.
Now, the follow-up question... Will no one ever admit that there's the slight possibility that I'm right, and that Pony Life is just scripts rewritten and recycled from an Equestria Girls series that never happened? There are certain stories where I don't think that's true. Equestria Girls would not go hunting through the forest for a monster for a merit badge, or have living cookies. That is very much something you can only pull off in the mystical world of Equestria. Others I could see, like there's a video where they're trying to make a video go viral. And that's something I can see Equestria Girls doing. I don't know, though, if that's a recycled script or if it's just a premise that could work in both functions. Here we go.
Consider for a moment that in that scene, Twilight was having trouble expressing her thoughts to her friends.
Maybe slide that forward a little so we get more of the friend shot. So, I guess an idea. Here's the thing: an idea that can form across multiple expressions. Not gonna lie, I was a little heartbroken when I found out that the Groot slang would be the antagonistic force in my little IDW's My Little Pony comics, because I had designed a Groot slang and I was going to feature it in Imani, and now I'm doing sort of a rewrite for the later stages. And like, but we both love the idea of this villain, so I can't fault them for using a good idea.
Without even having to be asked, Pinkie stated everything about the castle that could be intimidating.
Let's see here. Okay, I definitely want to have Pinkie just going all Jaws on that pancake.
Without even having to be asked, Pinkie stated everything about the castle that...
I'd love it if she came in on Pinkie. Okay, so Pinkie. Actually, here we go.
Pinkie stated everything...
Aha! So this is all, I'm eyeballing this. This is the slide tool. This is very helpful. Slip tool. If a clip is already on your timeline, this will move the footage between the indicators. And so you can slide the footage to where you want it. This is one way to avoid flash frames. And it basically enables you to, without undoing the work you've done.
Without even having to be asked, Pinkie stated everything about the castle that could be intimidating, and in doing so became Twilight's proponents.
Alrighty. Sweetie, I appreciate you stepping into the role of moderator. It's something I can't do right now, and I am grateful for the help. Oh, okay. Here, folks, here is an idea. Falling North asked me, "Hey, Silver-Quill, somebody told me that the MLP fandom is weird. Is it weird?" Oh boy, howdy, is it weird. It's weird. But then, in fairness, every fandom is weird in some way. And so, there are elements that no, you can't laugh off, that you just say, no, this is not acceptable behavior. We've had a very real pushback on that on multiple fronts. At the same time, sometimes you just gotta, it's kind of like Quibble Pants smiling and shrugging in Stranger Than fan fiction, when they see a body pillow of Daring Do. It's there. Sometimes all you could do is laugh because there's really no controlling it. And I think it's a question of, is this conduct destructive? That's when you say it shouldn't happen. But that's a struggle every fandom goes through. Every fandom features that clash in some regard. So yeah, and besides, if it weren't weird, I probably wouldn't be having fun with it. Now, earlier, Gojalion asked if Nagas could exist in MLP. And Marinus18 likes Nagas. Now, Nagas, if I recall, are part human, part snake.
And let's not forget that Pinkie was actually a better researcher than Twilight.
Okay, better researcher than Twilight. I definitely want to do Sonic Rainboom there. I know I'm using the clip from Friendship is Magic, but this is more fun visually. So, could Nagas exist? They'd have to be across maybe snake horses? Honestly, I feel like surely there's a cross. I know there's we saw in My Little Pony there's a cross between a bull and a snake, which is a mythological creature. But I don't know if there's a creature for a pony snake hybrid. Come on, where's it at? Nope. I guess it's earlier.
Berkshire's a great sport. Sonic Reboot is the most
Nope, nope, nope. I'm sure there was a scene where she's running through that pile of books.
You two argue about
Yes, there it is. I gotta say, sometimes this is a test on the old memory. So, could Nagas exist? They can exist, but they're gonna have to undergo a shift. You can't... There isn't really a human style in Equestria.
And let's not forget that Pinkie was actually a better researcher than Twilight, who can miss the simple details while trying to tackle the bigger picture.
Let's go with you really need to get out more for that. But what I'm sure that there's some way to cross like a horse and a snake and get a Naga. Now, I've been neglecting Twitch chat. How goes the... Well, J.K. Broadhead? The inner process, it's going a little slow, but I'm enjoying it. It is, as I hoped, giving a little recharge. Wow. Pinkie is laying down the harsh truth right there. Oh, yes, Dr. Zhivago. Wait, I know that name, but I'm struggling to remember the story.
a reference guide. How did you find that? It was under E.
One of the best Pinkie Pie moments in my eyes.
And because of this deceptively simple outlook, they can also act as the main hero's conscience.
All right, we're switching the movie on this one.
Queen was going to say yes.
The main hero's conscience. There we go. Although, man, Jiminy Cricket was never this aggressive a conscience.
Cannot fail.
And because of this deceptively simple outlook, they can also act as the main hero's conscience.
Oh, yes, Kamodra, you asked this on Twitter. I have seen the Jasper Pie comic where Trinary and Sweetie are basically going to be competing for me, which raises all manner of questions and shipping. And by popular vote, I am now Sweetie Pie's Cuddlebutt. He's nice. Oh, Trinary is not a fan of Jiminy Cricket. Really? I remember him being quite charming. I mean, okay, fine, he had a hard time wrangling Pinocchio.
Thinking back on it, how fitting that the first only Twilight encountered Ponyville, with her complete lack of...
Let's see here. Do I like Tom Hanks? Well, yes, I love his acting. Plus, he seems to be an actor who doesn't seem to have a dark side running his life or an element that really makes him less a role model. He's probably one of the most trusted actors out there. Jiminy was a bit of a perv, Sweetie. My God, I need to rewatch Pinocchio and just remember what people are talking about. Wow, that sounds wrong. Oh, perv. Hey, I need to watch this. Oh, no. More just, I don't remember Jiminy being less than respectful. Okay, fine. He may not have been Tom Hanks level.
With her complete lack of desire to socialize, was the excessively emotive Pinkie Pie.
Maybe the
Lived on an island. Oh, J.K. Broadhead. Dr. Zhivago was the guy who lived on the island, reverse engineered humans into animals and vice versa. Okay, and Sweetie's saying that was a movie. For some reason, I'm thinking of Batman the Animated Series, but that may have more to do with the clips I used earlier. Why am I thinking? I'm thinking of the island of Dr. Moreau for some reason. Let's see here. With her lack of enthusiasm.
Yes, it does. You know what? As I can. Then get to the library to find some Hello?
I guess the shot of Twilight in the chariot is good. Especially as she's just, oh.
With her complete lack of desire to socialize, was the
Oh, and there's that breath. I know it's I don't know why. I'm just hardwired. There we go. So, oh, okay. Thomas Revor, Dr. Zhivago is one of the great Russian novels. So, well, I apparently need to catch up. I need to remind myself. I know of it, but I need to know more about it. Yes, you guys might have noticed there's a lot I always seem to need to catch up on. It's just too much to both do my own work and also appreciate other people's work. I've been relying more on audiobooks lately, and that can be that's sometimes great, sometimes a struggle. Right now, I'm thoroughly enjoying the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks.
Another facet of the fool is not worrying about how others view them.
Not worrying how other people view them. I know which one I want to do there. Let's see. I need to go to season 3 of My Little Pony. This is Crystal Empire. Spaghetti Surf. Nope. Apple Family Reunion. Spaghetti Service. Games Ponies Play. Okay, yeah. That was the one. Oh, boy. Those 2 episodes were a 1-2 punch of not so great. Now, where's that scene where Pinkie goes, no! Dr. Zhivago is not a short film. Well, that's okay. I mean, well, I need to make time to see the several-hour Hamilton. Let's see. There's that scene where... there's a scene where Rainbow Dash asks, are we gonna let this happen? And Pinkie's like, no! But where is it? Where did it happen? Ah, here we go. We're coming up on it.
Oh, just ignore that. We need to remember.
Yep. You get to learn more than a few things, like listening to things in fast forward motion when you're going through this. But double dang, I was sure this was the episode where Pinkie screams "no" in like an overly dramatic way. Train station, Trainer, you are a huge resource. I appreciate this. Let's see, but I could have sworn it was when she was in the Crystal Empire. But again, memory is fickle. There you are.
Another facet of the fool is not worrying about how others view them. Pinkie has never been one to shy away from being expressive in public, though that's both a strength and a weakness.
And expressive in public. Well, that's never a problem. But let's go with strength and weakness. Yep, you weren't prepared for this. Yada yada. Whoop. Here we go.
Others view them. Pinkie has never been one to shy away from being expressive in public, though that's both a strength and a weakness.
Oh, that worked well. I'm always happy when a clip just sort of syncs up just right. Oh, Courtchester 42, you're remembering when Pinkie was screaming no as she slid all the way from Yakakistan back to Ponyville. But this is a different no. This is when she's being melodramatic even more than Rarity. So, okay, let's see here. Back to, Trinary asked on the Twitters, what kind of characters are your favorite? All right, I've looked it over, and I do really enjoy shy characters. Sailor Mercury, Fluttershy. Let's see here. Well, just some generally shy people. Hell, I even feel a little bad for Shinji at times. Neon Genesis. And I think it's because growing up, I too was very shy.
Because she's not afraid of how others will view her, Pinkie can be the most expressive and bring some vitality into a dull or stagnant situation.
All right, vitality into a dull or stagnant situation. So I find that I usually do enjoy shy characters as long as they're not just stuck being shy, that they have these moments of true expression, which is very important in my eyes. Let's see here. What was a downer moment that Pinkie really helped spruce up? Crystal Empire is a good place to look because, boy, everybody was looking unhappy then. Crystal Empire. Yada yada. The librarian. The only crystal pony to actually get some personality. Nope. Nothing there. Well, okay, Trinary, I like your thinking, but this is Pinkie bringing livelihood into a bad situation. Whereas in Pinkie Pride, she's the one in the tough situation trying to bring some positivity. I've already used the scene of the jester. Come on, Pinkie, give me something to work with here. Something where Pinkie really brings everyone up. Magical Mystery Cure, that is a good suggestion. Thank you, Creative Burst. Let's take a gander. This is one of the troubles when you're doing an overarching rather than an episodic review. You know, in an episode review, you've got one episode to skim through. I've got the whole of My Little Pony to talk about. There we go. This'll work well.
Because she's not afraid of how others will view her, Pinkie can be the most expressive and bring some vitality into a dull or stagnant situation. However,
See, I'm going to cut it right here. And again, just use that good old slip tool to move the scene where the ponies are celebrating Pinkie. Boom. But then, oh, it's too short.
Into a dull or stagnant situation.
I don't... So... Okay, I'm going to note the supreme irony of this moment. I am going to freeze frame this right when I'm talking about a stagnant situation. So,
Expressive and bring some vitality into a dull or stagnant situation. However,
dull or stagnant situation. Oh, Gamodra? I'm sorry, what, Alrighty.
she could also completely misread the room and make a mess of things. She did both with Princess Celestia.
All right, misreading the room and making a mess of things. I'm going to go with best night ever. Because, well, she didn't really... Well, okay, in that moment, she didn't make a mess of things. I remember a scene... Come on. Where she's... There we go. Whoops. Looks like my endpoint was a little off there. Oh, it's hard to break into this.
However, she can also completely misread the room and make a mess of things.
A little too much on the bouncy bounce. Let's get some...
However, she can also completely misread the room and make a mess of things. She did both with Princess Celestia.
All right, and Bird in the Hoof. Let's see here. Where's a shot of Celestia? There we go. Whoa, wait, Mr. Cake. What does that sound?
How's every pony doing? Good?
He sounds just a little deeper there. If I, let's see here, Light and Dash asking if I could collab with a YouTuber. Man. I mean, I've had the pleasure of doing a bunch of collabs. But let's go outside. I wonder if I could bring any insight to work alongside Like Stories of Old. It's a wonderful series that Aeon of Dreams clued me into. A guy who studies a lot of stories and... actually, I'm not sure if it's one person or a team. Given the amount they put out, it may be a team. But the narrator, very mellow narrator, but who offers a lot of insight into the human condition as expressed through film. Some ones that really stand out were, actually now even my memory is failing me on movie titles. One is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty and talking about overcoming this daydream. What would I call it? A condition where daydreams aren't just a distraction; they override your reality. You stop functioning in the real world completely. And what is it? What was the other movie? As a wilderness survival, trying to get there. And there's the question of what am I even trying to survive for? And the guy basically says, "I'm surviving just to survive." Sometimes that's all you need. And they explore this idea. Yep, there we go. But like Stories of Old, that's a great YouTube channel. I would hope I'd be worthy of a collaborative effort. But as it is, I think I've got some refinement. Let's see here. Let's see here. Minor. What type of PC are you using? What are the specs? Well, Minor, I have to disappoint you. I am using a Mac, iMac. Yes. I was about to get an iMac Pro, but no. This actually turned out to be the newer model. 27-inch MacBook iMac, AMD Radeon 5700 XT with 16 gigabit graphics. And let's see here. Total storage, I've got a 1 terabyte of flash storage and 64 gigabyte memory. This was a new purchase as my old computers were getting rather tired.
Celestia is generally a bit of her own fool here, and Pinkie is the only pony who can approach her without hesitation.
So I wish I had better specs for you. Usually Macs come pretty pre-configured. They're not nearly as customizable as PCs, which is both a strength and a weakness. Now, let's see here.
Oh, but of course, Your Majesty.
So, let's see here. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Yes, I wouldn't let her help me, and I have a recent birthday war of gifts has made me appreciate I need to let people help me more. So we'll talk more about that, I promise. Would you do a collab with Brittany Ackerman? That name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Oh, Seth, Philly Vanilli is coming up. Oh, I'll be talking about Philly Vanilli. But that's at a specific point. Let's see here. Oscar Reviews asked for my thoughts on Has Been Hotel, a series that won an amazing premiere that apparently it's earned a place on a TV station. They're going to make an actual series of it, last I heard. And people were adoring it. But I'll be honest, I shied away because suddenly it was becoming a vessel for very modern social issues. And in moments like that, it's kind of like with Steven Universe, when suddenly it's taking on a level of personal expression for people or identification, and where I might be on the outside looking in, I hesitate very much because I am concerned that I not undermine or devalue people with commentary on it. So I haven't really looked deeply into Has Been Hotel.
Oh, it's not that.
Oh, wait. Jumping back to Brittany Ackerman. Yes, we talked about that last week. Brittany does really great fan voices for Rainbow Dash.
1,000 pardons.
Yeah, I got to give it to the Cakes. They are speedy.
And Pinkie is the only pony who can approach her without hesitation.
Now, let's see here. Pinkie's the only pony. Let's try Pinkie's sampling the desserts in this. Oh, wait, it wasn't there. That was Swarm of the Century. Well, how convenient I'm still in the Season 1 folder. Sweetie, I confess I haven't watched the complete pilot. I got to see the start right up to the interview when I got pulled away and never doubled back. It looked like it was a lot of fun, though. So, again, that's just another thing on the list of need to check out. I might come back to that when talking about the addictive nature of the...
Pinkie is the only pony who can approach her without hesitation. Yet by being so flippant, she's putting the Cakes and Ponyville at risk of scandal.
All right, I think it's okay to use the same clip one more time. Here we go. Come on. Right there. Excellent. Will the Evangelion 007, will the Animaniacs revival make fun of MLP? Well, okay, let's add a caveat. Yes, it might make fun of MLP. But it might also make fun of everything else. Animaniacs was more than happy to make fun of lots of stuff. And the funny thing is, they never did it in a way that said, you're stupid for liking this. They're not a cynical humor. They just had fun with it was silly, and they invited you to join in the silliness. It's why it was a much more approachable satire than, like, South Park has joked they'll never make fun of bronies, something autistic joke. That's because their humor is much more cynical, and it doesn't appeal to, I'd argue it has less appeal than Animaniacs.
And this is where we get into the times where Pinkie's humor wasn't just unwelcome, it was damaging.
Yep, I think we're at the Philly Vanilli part, because her humor is very damaging in that. Let's see here. Going down the list. Preston wondering what I think of Trixie. I never gushed over Trixie the way I saw other fans, but I grew to enjoy her more after her return. Because, how do I put it? She suddenly became part of an imperfect friendship in a show that often presented friendship as too perfect. The main six are these tight-knit friends who just seem to always triumph and everything goes right when they're together. Trixie and Starlight are the good friends who often mess everything up together. God, that's a creepy shot. She might as well be crawling on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. She's crawling on the ceiling. So I enjoy Trixie more for her role as it relates to Starlight than I ever did as her role as Twilight's rival. Lightning Dash asking when and how I got into ponies. This was I I would say 2012.
Back in my review, Philly Vanilli, fellow fans pointed out that Pinkie's speech to Fluttershy was instructive.
And basically, I'd heard about it word of mouth. Red versus Blue had mentioned it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge mentioned it, and I was confused because I thought, isn't that an old '80s show? But no. Then Chad Rocco of then Channel Awesome and that guy with the glasses, he did a retrospective on it, which I really enjoyed. So I was working at a job where you really didn't see people at their best. You read about people not being their best. And so I just needed something fun and positive. And so I thought, hey, that sounds pretty good. So I gave it a look. And I basically, over the course of several weeks, I would watch like an episode a night. And I got through the first season and the start of season 2. And then I started watching right with Luna eclipsed.
Back when I reviewed Philly Vanilli, fellow fans pointed out that Pinkie's speech to Fluttershy was instructive. That we...
Nope, once again, dreaded flash frame. I don't know, Kamodra, if he's saying yakety yak in Yak Yakistan, they might actually agree with you. Yes, no one backtalk to yaks. Yaks are best. Backtalk and we smash. Oh boy, I'm gonna botch this pronunciation. Buddy Ryusukanku. What's your take on Friendship in Disguise so far? A lot of fun. Final issue comes out next week. Some I enjoyed more than others. I love the connections they make with the characters. Spike and Grimlock being my favorite.
That we, the audience, got a play-by-play description of what Fluttershy fears.
Okay, well, what Fluttershy fears. But, I've mostly just had fun. There's some continuity hiccups. There's some questions I have lingering, but I've enjoyed it overall. So I think it was, and honestly, I think it worked a lot better than people would have given it credit. So let's see here. Well, I've made some... Oh, wow. I'm about halfway through. That's good. That's a good feeling. Oh, sorry, Preston. I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to get sent to the moon. Oh, Norma, good to see you. I gave a shout out to your channel earlier and wanted to congratulate you on your accomplishment and your subscribers. So... And once again, thank you for the phonetic spelling of your name. It does me a world of good. Oh, hello, Chris. Blessings as well. Good to see you. Oh, now this is... Coda bit. Memory fades with age, old bird. It's true, but how dare you? How dare.
But it's difficult to appreciate that service when she's driving Fluttershy to tears. By a similar notion, it might be funny.
Yep, hard to appreciate when she's driving Fluttershy to tears. Now, this is pretty easy. Yeah, this might have been the lowest point for Pinkie in the entire series. I mean, she is fulfilling the fool's role of stating the obvious, keeping us, the viewer, in Fluttershy's mindset. But she's still making her friend cry.
By a similar notion, it might be funny to see Pinkie making Cranky uncomfortable.
Let's see here. Evangeline, after Friendship in Disguise, would you make other crossovers like MLP Ghostbusters or MLP Power Rangers? Given that we just got a Pink Ranger pony, I would like to see how the Power Rangers and My Little Pony get along. Although, which Power Rangers is also a question. I know right now, I think Mighty Morphin is still in the forefront. Why was Pinkie Pie wearing a pizza costume? Preston, I need a little memory jogging. I don't remember her wearing a pizza.
By a similar notion, it might be funny to see Pinkie making Cranky uncomfortable.
Okay, let's see here. A friend indeed, making Cranky uncomfortable. Yeah, this is a good shot for that. Oh, man. Why was she? She was probably bringing a pizza. I mean, Pinkie's all in. If she's going to be a pizza delivery, she's going to not deliver the pizza in more ways than one.
But as her intrusions get worse, and even chasing him to apologize goes too far.
As her intrusions get worse, let's see. The whole bald thing.
And even chasing him to apologize goes too far. We see.
Let's see here. J.K. Broadhead, what did you think and feel about the introduction of your people in MLP? The fact that they can shapeshift, does that give you that ability? Here's the thing. I was Hippogriffin before it was cool. And I thought, you know what? This is an alternate take on the Griffin Hippogriffs. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. But if I ever get the chance to explore Silver-Quill having the transformation, here's my thought. Silver-Quill is presented underwater. He is actually a many-tentacled monster, sharpened beak, looks kind of like kind of an octopus, but his Silver-Quill head, and he's just deep voice, yeah, the sea is mine to conquer. And then you zoom out, and it turns out that while he's got the look, he's only like a fifth as big as a sea pony. Because, magical transformation's a biznatch. And it'd just be so mad. I was like, oh, come on! Is that my voice?
We see the downside of the fool's jovial nature. If there's one.
Ah, good. Now, I've been editing for a while, and I haven't really done any animations. I think it's good to show an animation.
We see the downside of the fool's jovial nature.
No! Listen to me, kid. I will never be your friend. Never, baby.
If there's one word that separates Pinkie's best from her worst.
Let's see here. I don't know. I just somehow I like the idea of Silver-Quill having like tempted by this terrible power, but it always just does not work. It's like he'd go mad with power, so good thing it never works out. Well, let's see here. Leviaquill, but buddy, it is Leviathan is meant to be a titanic fish, often associated with a whale-like being, as far as I know. I would say, well, a terrible kraken. Maybe kraken quill would be the best way. Yeah, there we go. This is Pinkie Pie at her best.
If there's one word that separates Pinkie's best from her worst, it would be awareness.
Awareness. And I've actually got a little animation for that, so that seems like a good thing to do right now. Party scenes. Although, did I? Yep. I need to fix this real quick. All right, let's see here. Pardon me as I do just a quick shifting of the old. I need to just update my settings a little. Bring up Illustrator. And I'll probably have to do a little scene transition. But that's okay. Let's see here. Let's see. There was another, I believe there was another question from earlier on the Twitch and YouTube. Oh, Commodra, you asked this question. Do you think there are aliens in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? And yes, because if nothing else, the show specifically said that the stars would aid in Nightmare Moon's escape, which means that in some way, somehow, the stars are an actual force. Now, I know folks are going to point out, most like, that Lauren Faust stated on her social media she thinks it was Celestia who basically freed Nightmare Moon. And this was her, how do I put it? her just setting the stage for Twilight to ascend, become the heroine. An interesting idea, but again, death of the author. It's what she said on social media. It may have been an idea, but the reality may be something very different. So first off, I need this arm. I have just maimed Pinkie. I apologize. So I like the idea of the stars actually being a legitimate sentient force. Ergo, they are alien to Equestria. And I would like to know more about them. So, yes, I do think there can be aliens. And hey, if nothing else, in Scaremaster, Rainbow Dash was dressed as an astronaut. Corny sci-fi astronaut from, like, pulp covers. But at the same time, she's an astronaut. And so on some level, somewhere, somehow, their space travel is a thing in Equestria. Alrighty. Oh, nope. Pardon me. I need scripts. Other script. There we go. Layers, 200%. I always like to make my images bigger so I can scale them down. You can always scale down an image that's too big. You cannot scale up an image that's too small and expect the same quality, which is frustrating, especially when you're trying to find images. Although I'll tell you the truth, early on, when I was doing videos, I would import vectors that folks had done on like DeviantArt. Big mistake, because those vectors were huge and my computer couldn't process. Okay, prefix is party _ export. Just got to work through this for a minute. All right, let's see if this worked the way I hoped. Back to my editing setup. Back to Premiere. Good. Pinkie Pie's leg is there. Perfect. Whoop, that's Pinkie just being cute. There we go. There we go. Now I need her leg. Get a leg up on things. Tee-hee. Boop. And now awareness. Party background. Awareness. Awareness. That's awareness. Grin. Table, cute, leg, shadow, smile, smile, rainbow. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Life is still more fun with sound effects. Seth Moss asking, what would sentient stars gain from aiding a corrupt out of jealousy in her escape? They would... Let's think about it this way. We're going to have to make the stars a character. What have they done? They've been up there looking at pretty much the whole of Equestria. Always. And as such, they see Luna fall, and somehow... Perhaps they have some sort of prescience like Celestia did in at least one episode. Just the one. Maybe they know something, or they're clued in better than the average being. But they saw Luna fall. By helping her escape, they get to see her return. So that might be their motive, is to help, to restore what was lost. Now, the question would then follow, well, why did they wait 1,000 years? Did they know something that Twilight didn't know? I like the idea of the stars having a slightly alien mentality. Like maybe they see an even bigger picture than Celestia. And that's why they're helping her. And yet they're doing so with what seems like a very dangerous approach. This was an idea I percolated in my head long before we got to the later seasons where, and again, when Lauren Faust suggested that it was Celestia who orchestrated the whole shebang. Because here's the thing. While Celestia moved the sun and the moon, I'm not sure it was ever explicitly stated that she moved the stars. I always got the impression they were their own thing. Well, the sun is a star. A very good point, Sweetie Bloom. But at the same time, it is the one star, the closest star that Celestia can influence. What about the rest? Now, here's where I wonder if I can actually do this. Will this crop work the way I want it to? I'm going to take the right, and I am going to crop it. No, this will not work. It will not work, much to my chagrin. Okay, won't need the crop. Let us instead see about... Can I draw a mask? Ba-boom, 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 boom, and ba-boom. And invert, so it's vanished. Mask path. Let's see what we can do. Now, where is my mask path? How do I get the... I don't deal with masks very often. This is... Now, this may call for After Effects. The path... Inverted? Well, come on. Let me see you, mask. There you are. All right. Now by here, oh, come back. Come on back. Now, as ugly as that looks, the real question is, does it accomplish my goal? It starts moving a little too soon. This is the other weird part of editing. I hear myself going, Do I have Halloween plans, Preston? Right now, just take it easy. My friends got me Spaced Invaders for Christmas last year, which is... Ooh, no. Spaced Invaders was a show that would air on Disney, a movie that I always came on around Halloween time because that's when it's set. It's a comedy, family comedy. I might like to see that again. We're getting there. We're getting where we need to be. Oh, no. Now I need you to be further along. Oh, actually, what I need is for the endpoint to be further along. There we go. Now, if we click off and I don't have that distraction...
Awareness. For an example...
And then let's just move... Let's give that a little moment to breathe. Excellent. So now I can't have Pinkie Pie talking about awareness in a black void. Now can I? No, sir. Let's see here. What? Pinkie says wear a mask. Oh, sweetie, you impugn my honor. An anti-masker? Never. If anything, I'm drawing a mask. I'm just really bad at it. Fortunately, Sweetie knows folks who make wonderful custom masks, which was a huge help, especially at the start of all this. Unfortunately, I had to switch because I was concerned it was getting worn out. I would bitterly hate myself if I damaged that wonderful mask. Okay, there's Pinkie. And let's see here, party table. Don't forget the party table. Whoops. Let's paste, motion. And then the statue. Party background, shadow. Oh, Pinkie Pie. Yes, she is not Peter Pan. She does cast a shadow. The Jungian view of the shadow. It's a part of all of us. Here we are. Let's see here. Pinkie Pool. Oh, yes, I've done a Pinkie Pool joke. Whew. And now I've moved my Streamlabs so I can't see the Twitch chat. Let's see here. Jeeves, 301986, talk about the stars. A bit like spirits. I would like to have them on a roll the dice to help Luna to be reunited with Celestia. I meant my idea about the stars being like sentient or making a choice. I like it because suddenly Celestia isn't the ultimate authority. Oh, I've done this wrong. I've never really liked the idea of defining Celestia as a god. I think that might actually do her a disservice. So I like the idea of Celestia just being a pony, doing the best she can, but even to her, there are forces outside her understanding. Now, where? There it is, at the very bottom. By the way, I should give a shout out to Bones Walbuck, who took his Ponyville Street to Town vector and customized it at my request to be a party. Very grateful for that. The truth is, never really got to know a lot of vector artists, and that's why I often end up doing my own vectors. I wish there was folks I could like call and say, hey, can you help me out? And you can add this to your gallery for everyone. But unfortunately, not a lot of vector artists do backgrounds, and they have a commission queue, which trips up my own production process. Let's see. Allie Penner, do you have any favorite manga? You know, there's always the classic. I mean, I read the Yu-Gi-Oh! I read the Dragon Ball. Fairy Tail. I really enjoyed Fairy Tail. But, you know, there's one that I don't think a lot of people have heard of, and it's called Gone. G-O-N. It is a little dinosaur, the last dinosaur, living in modern animal. There's no human institutions as far as I know, but it's gone. Living amongst other animals, and he's just the toughest little guy. The manga is purely illustrative. There is no dialogue or sound effects, and yet it is so marvelously drawn that I find it splendid. In fact, Imani, my oft-neglected comic, was inspired by Gone. Let's see here. Lightning Dash, could we ever do a collab? Well, first of all, I appreciate you saying I'm the best YouTuber, but I think there are better. I appreciate it. Right now, I'm in a tight spot where I'm reconsidering how I want to present my stuff and how I want to do a production schedule. Collabs, unfortunately, are on the back burner at this point. So I don't mean to give a hard no, but at the same time, it's not something I can commit to. My advice is to keep producing your own stuff. I took a peek at your channel, and I saw you've done some videos, but I haven't seen you really solidify your own style yet. I think you're still exploring your own presentation, and I really encourage you to keep doing that and to really refine how you like to present an idea. Sorry, Preston. Right now, the background is actually going to be Chaos Soldiers. Oh, but this is the part where I'm going to need to impose some After Effects. Let's see if I can do this right. To do this right, child. Now, that also means, once again, I must do a little surgery on this here editing setup. Let's duplicate my editing setup. Change it to After Effects. And here we go. Whoop. Oh, sorry. After Effects first needs to... Says, what the hey am I doing? Now then, give me some After Effects. Oh, confound you. Streamlabs OBS. Why are you not letting me see what I want to see? Guess I need to make a different window. Pardon me one sec. This is just going to take a quick moment. Now, come on. There we are. Whoa. It's huge. So this is on the fly. You're seeing me edit a live stream as I work on it. Ain't this streamception? Bum, 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 bum. I don't know the lyrics. Actually, that's a fond memory. I went to see Inception with my friends several times, and one time we were in the very back row. No one behind us. So whenever someone was falling and you hear that thrumming music, dun dun, I would take my hands and pump them over my head and forward, in beat with the music. No, it wasn't distracting anyone else's view because we were the very, very back. And my friends were just like, "Oh God, you are such a dork." I mean, they were laughing, but of course they were ashamed to be seen with me. Oh, how dare. But it's actually been a running joke with us ever since. Huh, I didn't... Oh, shoot, I grabbed Pinkie. I didn't grab the party floor. Okay, well, as long as I don't move anything around, it should be fine. I will, of course, move Pinkie, because right now she is overshadowed. And let's see here, the statue. Feel like, yes, the party statue. Basically, the transformation I made to the statue, I apply to all the soldiers. All of them? Let's see here. Red guy, which one are you? Whoop. Not what I intended. Oh. Let's lock Pinkie. I don't want to move her. And lock the statue. Don't want to move that. While it looks like these guys are just individual pieces, I arranged them on a canvas. And so, for the moment, they're out of order. Let's see here. It was party 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's see here. Which ones were you? Nope, not you. Oh, there's one. Oh, yes, you're supposed to be behind the table. I'm giving directions to still images. Guys, I think I might be cracking. I think I might have just gone one step too far on the crazy path. Preston, Queen Chrysalis is not my favorite villain. I would say that actually T-Rex in his first appearance was my favorite for his silvered tongue. I lost that though when he became just a powerhouse, unthinking. I mean, honestly, I find villains are far more appealing when they have to really plot through their moves. I'll tell you true. Cell of Dragon Ball Z, he was my favorite Dragon Ball antagonist because he didn't start out all powerful. He had to, in essence, earn that strength. Though recently I was watching Masako X talking about how, he got his powers too easily. He's like, really? I don't agree. I found that a very curious critique. Let's see here. Now, the trouble with all this is... Now I have to try and remember. There you are. All right, so Pinkie's going to have all these Chaos Ponies in the background, which is cool. But it's no good if they're just sitting there. So let's see here. I have to do a quick search because I always forget the code for this. There is a After Effects Y wiggle. Y wiggle. So on an axis, there's an X and a Y, length and width. And you can wiggle in both dimensions with After Effects, or you can wiggle in just one. And boy, that sounds just a little naughty. Let's see here. So let's just take this one guy, this one Chaos Pony. Position, gonna wiggle, and let's say 20, but with a very low, let's say 15. What does this do? Well, keep an eye. I believe it's this fellow right here. Nope. Oh, that's wrong. I believe I went with an X code. Yep. Oh, but this is funny. The only difference is that on this equation, it should be position 1, wiggle. So basically it's saying, in the first part, the X, make it position 1. In this one, let's not get down to 10. I believe it's amplitude and numbers per minute. Nope. No. Nope. I did that code wrong. Here we go. There we go. This will work much better. So let's try 10 and 15 for our values. Yes, there we go. Though even that's a little... Maybe if I not get down to just 10 there? What if I knock you down to 5? This is all trial and error. Nope, I'm going to say you stay at 10 and you come down to 5. We just want you bouncing kind of excited. Yes. There we go. So, I'm going to copy this expression. And on this guy, maybe he's just a little bit more excited. Let's say a 12 and 6. Whoop. Refresh disabled. There we are. Apparently I had the caps locks on. So now look, they're both... Oh my gosh. So now these guys, position... maybe this guy's a little bit more composed. He's only at a 7 and a 6. Nope, that's the party table. I don't want the party table to wiggle. I mean, I guess it could if it's that cool a party, even the table's getting into it, but that might be a problem. That might spill some of that wonderful food and help. You're in real trouble if the punch gets spiked by itself. Oh no, I can't make it stop. I thought I deleted that. I thought I deleted that expression. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now you're behaving. Let's see here. And on the position on this guy, let's say you're more enthusiastic, but maybe only an 8. But when you do, you're... And let's see here. Let's put you at 11 and 13. Yeah, the red guy, he's definitely into the party. Okay, that should do it. Let's go back to editing. Oh, I overshadowed Pinkie there for a minute. Now, with everything composited...
It would be awareness.
Whoa. And I have just a slight brouhaha on... There we are. Let's see here. I think this will work better.
It would be awareness.
There we are. Now, I need a sound effect to go with that rainbow. You know, a little... Let's see what I've got. I will just search my computer for sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Talking about... Trinary asking if I would talk about Verents from the Discworld series. Sadly, right now this is Pinkie Pie focused as a fool. There are so many examples. Discworld in particular. I don't remember reading that book though. I may yet need to read that one. So right now I won't be able to feature that. Let's see here. Music and sound effects. Sound effects. Sparkle. Yes, I have not yet read Weird Sisters. Oh yes, this will... I don't know if you all can hear that because it's not coming through Premiere, but you're about to, one way or another. Now doesn't that just sound magical?
Aware.
Get it... Well, first off, reduce the sound a little. And move the clip over so it starts when...
Aware. Awareness. For an...
There we go. Gamodra talking David Xanatos. When did we get to gargoyles? What would I be like if MLP came to life? I would instantly want to hug a Fluttershy or a Luna, but I probably get blasted anyway. So, you know, art becomes life.
It would be awareness. For an...
There we go. Now, okay, this might be a good example of where part of me needs to let go of certain things, and yet part of me does. But there's also this desire. In After Effects, there is a particle effect where I could have sparkles following the arc of Pinkie's leg. I'm not going to do that right now, but if I were trying to meet a time crunch, I'd have to say, no, leave it out. But at the same time, it would look really good and it'd be higher quality, and I want to do it. And that is the push-pull I feel when I'm working on these. What am I supposed to do to get something out in a timely manner, but also be, well, of good quality? This is my dilemma. Always will be. 117 War Spartan. You're asking me about Guyver. I know of the manga and I know there's an anime, but the only thing I've seen is the live action, which I saw in like middle school. And boy, was that weird. That put me off for a while. Guyver is very wet. It's based on an organic bioarmor fighting aliens. So everything is coated in slime or has this glisten or is meant to look really organic. And so they basically increase the humidity in every scene to accomplish this. It was a very weird experience.
For an example, let's compare a scene from Applebuck season.
It was a mishap.
Alrighty, let's see here. Applebuck season.
Don't you worry.
Okay, yeah, this is a good spot because... Yep, we all remember. Funny how Applejack faced no repercussions, legal or otherwise, from poisoning the whole town.
For an example, let's compare a scene from...
Oh, but once again, I'm facing the dreaded flash frame. There we go. Add a frame hold right there.
It was a mishap for some of the baked goods. No, not baked goods. Baked bad.
Oh, poor Pinkie. I've had days where I felt like that. Oh, Seth's saying that Fluttershy can't blast me, she's a Pegasus. One look from the stair, and it's as damaging as any magical burst in my eyes. So, yes, Fluttershy can exert her vengeance upon me. Make no mistake. No mistake whatsoever. But everyone, we're about 5 minutes shy of my 2-hour cutoff. One curious thing I've heard from friends is that you're not supposed to post even streams that are more than 40 minutes. Supposedly, that lowers the rewatch value. I find that curious, as I figure a stream should be on the longer side. So, again, this is all stuff I'm pondering and continue to try to evolve. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to express myself on YouTube, even though I've been doing this for several years. And honestly, I find that very normal. I think you're in trouble if you stop asking that question, because then you either you can't grow anymore or you've just become stagnant, in which case it may be time to pursue a different, more passionate effort. But there's one more thing to do. I've been laying out all these here clips. Now I need to make it so that they're not getting in the way. So we're going to apply the same settings. Some of them I'll have to refine the cropping later on because they're not the same aspect ratio as My Little Pony. But that will not be the hardest thing in the world. Certainly not the hardest. Well, not the hardest thing I've done this week. That would be the intro. And again, this is what I mean when I say I need to reevaluate the effort I put in on certain things. It took, after work, I have like maybe 2 or 3 hours to myself, tops. And part of that involves food prep and just getting ready for the next day. This opening, which I don't want to spoil too much of, this took a long time because a lot of this is After Effects compositing and creations. Ergo, it took 2 evenings to put this together. Now, that's 2 evenings where I wasn't working on all of this. So, it's a balancing act. How far into this do I really want to go? Where do I want to put my effort? It is an evolving process, and one that I'm exploring. Let's see here. So, at this point, I just want to open things up. I've got a few more minutes. Any final questions people would like to ask? I appreciate everyone who shared their questions with me on social media. Honestly, I think I might try to make this more of a facet to have some pre-stream questions just to get the ball rolling. Now, Preston, when you say, do I like Sunset Shimmer, are we talking as a fan or shipping-wise? And Sweetie Bloom is biased. She wants me to take care of myself. Sweetie, I'm a YouTuber. That was never an option. Oh, and meanwhile, there is a trans-dimensional battle taking place in my comments section. Now, serious question. Do you think the U.S. military, whether is the Standard Army or regular, can they hold their own against Celestia, Luna, Toy Sparkle, or Midnight Sparkle? I don't know the military structure and tactics well enough to fully evaluate how they would handle. I do know that, okay, the Army, as I understand it, is exceptional at creating supply chains, which basically fuels a war effort. The Marines are for when it absolutely must be destroyed overnight. So they're the go in and level the opposition. The Army is still putting forth a fight, but their strength lies in creating a structure for a sustained effort. The thing about the alicorns, fallen or otherwise, is that they are self-contained. They don't need an army. They can just bring some food with them. So if anyone were to have a chance in a fight, I would put it more on a specialized force like perhaps the Marines or Special Ops. But it all depends on, can you catch an alicorn by surprise? On that often, there's in Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, there's the joke from an assassin droid. If I see another idiot running at a lightsaber-wielding Jedi waving a blaster, I'll shoot him myself. It's because you don't tackle a powerful opponent head-on. You look for an opening. And I think the Army would be smart enough to do that. Oh dear. Steve Bloom saying this is she had to become everyone's mother because no one will take care of themselves. Uh Emma Velopi. Emma Velopi, I get that joke. One, I appreciate that name pun right there. Well done. What's your favorite joke in the show? Well, there are a lot of jokes that I really enjoy. Honestly, from what I've seen tonight, Pinkie Pie, you're a genius. No, I'm not. I'm a chicken. Maybe it's because I've made so many chicken jokes myself, but I actually really love that moment. I may revisit this. My other favorite is, of course, what is your dress saying, Maud? It doesn't talk, it's a dress. Way to address the issue, Maud. Thomas River, did you have training in psychology, are self-taught, or people that you lean upon for more information? Mostly my own reading and leaning very heavily on published research and articles. Basically, a lot of the time I'm trying to summarize information I've read from much more learned and tested individuals. And occasionally getting guidance. When I did Psychology and Revenge, the first draft of that script was it focused more on the studies than it did the episode, and as a result, it was a pretty boring term paper. The same friend who clued me into Jungian psychology, he read it and encouraged me to try a different approach. I gave him the second script, which is what became the final video, and he was much more affirming, so I knew I was on the right track. Oh, Battleship Agincourt, no worries if you missed the stream. It'll be available on the YouTubes. Oh, what is my occupation? Actually, one of the few positives of 2020. Oh, gosh, I sound like a downer. But okay, in a tough year, I started a new job in January. I am a graphic and pre-press artist for a print company that specializes in labels and branding. Let's see here. Let's see here. Would I beat up Naysay? No, because here's the funny thing, Preston. I've seen videos of guys punching out homophobic individuals or literal or Nazi preachers or really awful people. And I won't deny that there's a certain satisfaction in seeing them actually suffer a consequence for what they say. But I do share the view that violence is when you've run out of words. It's the ultimate fallback. It's when everything else fails. If you strike that blow, you're basically saying you have nothing more to offer in the dialogue. And in that way, I think you're actually offering strength to the person who just got punched. They can now claim victimhood. They can now say that you're bullying them or trying to censor them for their views. It feels good in the moment, but I think it weakens you in the long run. And that is really not a good plan. I would encourage people, don't give up on words. If the other person resorts to violence, well, then that might be, we've come to the ultimate impasse. But I would rather not be the person to throw the first punch. Actually, I'll give a strange idea from American history. We're all familiar with the popular saying, it was the shot heard around the world. Well, here's the thing. I don't know who fired that first shot, but I do know everyone had arrayed on a battlefield to do that. So we were pretty much past the point of words even before the first shot. At least that's my take on it. Come on. Let's see here. Yes, come on. Yes, I know the media is pending. Goodness. Well, I'm going to put it in anyway. There you go. Last thing, to show what the final composite will look like. Just going to shrink Ponyville down. This is also Bones Walbuck's vectoring skills. And just like that, you have a completed scene. Now, like I said, you got to change the cropping so that you don't have these ugly black bars off to the sides, but that's because this is old school Dragon Ball Z. Way before widescreen HD and all that jazz. All right, with that, folks, I think that about does it. I appreciate y'all hearing my stream of thoughts, my Babylon, and I've made it halfway through editing the main video. I still have, there's more animations at the end, so that's something I'll work on. But I appreciate you taking the time to see my process, hear my thoughts, and sharing your own, and just chatting things up. I'd hope that tonight would raise my spirits, and it has. So thank you, everyone. So I don't know how y'all plan to celebrate Halloween, but I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And it's fun, and it's safe. Good health, good times. I'm Silver-Quill.